Good morning. Welcome back to Two Women in Crypto. As you can see, my sidekick Andrea is not with me, but I wanted to pop in and just give you a quick kind of a life update and just kind of let you know a little bit about what's going on in the world of Two Women in Crypto, and then just touch on a few things in regards to what's going out there in our financial sector. First and foremost, big love to Andrea. She has been under the weather, and hence we have not recorded the last couple of weeks of our podcast. So I just wanted to let you know that, first of all, we're sending Andrea big healing love, and know that she is on the mend and will be back as soon as we possibly can. And in the meantime, just letting you know that we are keeping tabs of things that are going on in the market. But as you also know, Andrea is the big researcher here at Two Women in Crypto. I keep my eyes on the charts and the news, but not to the extent that Andrea does. So I would be remiss if I tried to fill those shoes, because they're big shoes to fill. But in the meantime, I can tell you this. I have been watching the market, and I'm sure you all have been leaning into the news and things of that nature. And when I say news, I'm not necessarily talking about the mainstream media. I'm just talking about hopefully going to outside sources looking for what's going on with our new financial systems that are being actively rolled out. So one of the things that I want to reiterate in this brief little video is, first of all, we're not financial advisors, neither Andrea or I. We are just here to entertain and inform and encourage you to lean into things that might feel a little scratchy and uncomfortable, because we are in the middle of so many huge shifts and changes that we can't even really begin to fathom what the ripple effects going to be like. But we know that they're happening, and they're happening very quickly. And of course, that is one of the reasons why we are really active and wanting to share the word around the cryptocurrency market space. And yes, it's a volatile asset, but we feel that there are definitely pockets of it that are worth looking at. So right now, we just had a full moon. We're going to be going into eclipse season towards the end of this month and the beginning of the second quarter. And we are kind of going to be in, we feel, for a little bit of a rocky road come the beginning to middle of May. If you go with that old adage, and I know this is somewhat repetitive, but that sell in May and walk away has always been a true harmonic for the market. Just some type of energy that encourages that type of behavior. So whether or not you choose to hodl, which, as you know, we have been big hodlers here, or if you've been dollar cost averaging during this recent automatic rally, you might want to consider taking some things off of the table at the beginning of May based on market conditions. But everybody has their own investment thesis, so you've got to do what's right for you. But with that said, I really would love to encourage everybody to continue to lean into what's going on in each of our neck of the woods. I mean, we're all over the world. We have viewers everywhere, and so we're super grateful for that. But lean into what's really being rolled out in the backside. We know that the FedNow app is going to be launched effectively in July, but they've already rolled out pulling back in our fiat currency and pushing us toward that digital dollar, the CBDC. So that is a real thing. It is not a conspiracy theory. Please. I mean, I will, out in my community, I will speak things from time to time. I try to encourage people to lean in, and I still get called a conspiracy theorist to some degree, but we know that this is happening. So I'm willing to keep putting my foot out there and encourage people to really take a look. And it's an uncomfortable place to be for a lot of people. So if you've been following us for a long time, I'm sure you're one of those that are speaking to it, perhaps to your friends, your family, your community. So we just want to continue to encourage you to do that. There's so many different ways you can participate in this new financial change. You can choose to be centralized if you want, or you can go the decentralized route. And I know that might be foreign to somebody new who's just coming across this channel, but just please, we're encouraging you to really watch out for your family, your neighbors. Of course, looking at your assets, diversification is key. I've been gobbling up silver whenever I have an opportunity at my local coin shop. And, it's, if I've been dollar cost averaging into my crypto, but I've also been dollar cost averaging into my silver coins. So if I have an extra $30, I'll go over to my shop and buy a coin, buy, one ounce. I think I picked up a few coins this week. It was $25 was the spot price. And of course, that's going to fluctuate too. So there are charts that indicate that silver will come back down. But again, it's all a harmonic. For me, it's worth having, period. Even if I bought it now and it goes back down to $10, I know that it's a long-term asset for myself and my family. So one things I really wanted to bring up this morning, just briefly here, is that I would encourage everybody to look up the Bill 686. It's called the Restrict Act. Do some research on YouTube. You'll see all kinds of videos about it, but lean into that. That's really, really, if this bill gets passed, it is going to really be an extraordinarily invasive bill and give far-reaching powers to the governance of this country. And I'm sure it's happening all over the world. So please lean in and look at it. I am not going to capture all the points here, but it's something that if you haven't been contacting your state representatives, this might be something that I would encourage you to do so, however that is for you. But we need to understand what is on the docket to be passed here, because it has everything to do with us getting rid of the SWIFT system and going into this new payment processing, which will be immediate settlement through the ISO 222 platforms. So, and I know that we're participating that in terms of our cryptocurrency portfolios here. In full disclosure, both Andrea and I, and we've brought that to the attention, and again, not financial advice, but I'm willing to play the game during this mass transfer of wealth, but I'm not necessarily willing to participate in having to stand in line and do certain things in a certain way. So again, lean in, do some research, look up this bill. There's some great videos out there on YouTube already about what this bill is about. And then we'll just continue to, walk forward. The landscape, although it's being completely tilled up for new growth, it's a great thing. We have to go through this chaotic period. And we know that we're definitely all in the same boat all over the world in that regard. So we're in it together. And we're in it to support our friends and our family and our community. So share and be willing to talk about it. There's that saying that's going around, is that silence is complicity, and truths are coming up to the surface on all fronts. So part of it is having to lean into what feels extraordinarily uncomfortable. I know I'm a broken record, but with that, just a really brief note from us here at Two Women in Crypto. We will be back soon when Andrea's feeling up to it. Again, we are sending you, Andrea, because I know you're going to watch this, a ton of love as you begin to feel better. And to the rest of our Two Women in Crypto family, we love you, and we encourage anybody to come over and join our membership and join our monthly Q&As. It's at the end of the month. I'm sorry, I don't have that date on my mind right now, but it'll be on our website. Hopefully Andrea will be up and feeling better to participate in that. And then outside of that, we just want to continue to encourage you to spread love, be yourself, your bright, beautiful selves, walk as leaders in your community. We need individuals that are willing to stand up and be in their wholeness as we go through these changes. So from us here again at Two Women in Crypto, we love you, and HODL on.